I think between the reverse centaur and the reverse merman,
We've
I
covered
wasn't.
it.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to be faced with that decision today. So I'm gonna have to think about that after we hop off.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back to the program. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, Talk Culture is live, joined by the immaculate hosts, Kid Kidette herself, and
That's
I
me.
am Josh Petersdorf. And man, Kid, do we have a show for you today? It's Tuesday. You know what time that is?
Yes, it is time for a fantastic show. And Josh, you came up with some really cool things. I say let's just get started so everyone can know.
Ladies and
How
gentlemen,
amazing. Yes, go ahead.
with no further ado, let me bring to you, in a story of violence, a story of desperation. No, there's no violence, there's no desperation. There's just an amazing guy by the name of Chris Parson. He's your favorite VA from games like Overwatch, who plays Junkrat, Final Fantasy 15, Gladio, to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Parson.
Thank you.
Self claps. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
What's up? Good to see you.
This is so awesome. And I have to say, Josh, thank you so much for making this happen. This is like so epically amazing. So this is great.
From beating up noobs in Junker Town, me and Chris are good friends, and I'm super stoked that when I reached out, I asked him, I said, are you willing to come on our show and embarrass me in front of the world? And he said, yes. I'm really
Yes.
He said, I am absolutely down to do that. Hey, great to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me.
Awesome. You know, people know you as like a major voice actor, obviously from Overwatch. With
back up, a major voice actor.
A major voice actor. I want to say you're considered a major. So people know you as being this voice actor who does Gladio, Junkrat, and Overwatch. But where are some other spots that we might hear you that people don't know about, just off the top of your head? And I'm thinking,
you mean like promo stuff?
Yeah, promo stuff.
Yeah, I've been known to do some promos from way back when, like for the SyFy channel and for Sundance channel, and from season 4 and on, or 5 and on, I don't remember, but I started doing promos for the Fox show called The Resident. It's a medical drama that's pretty doggone good. And then I said doggone. Oh my God.
You're first.
And then there's another one that I don't know that most people know me from it, but it's I do the voice of Stitch in Call of Duty. What is it? Cold War Black Ops Cold. Anyway, I'm so bad at this stuff, but I do the voice of Stitch in that one as well. Oh my gosh. So he's a fun Russian dude. So yeah, I keep busy.
A little bit of everything.
My favorite was the How to Meet a Latin Lover.
Oh my God. I finally found that for the first time.
Man, multifaceted, multi-talented, absolutely. And I think that's what it's all about in the VO. A lot of people don't understand. Like, you don't be ever restricted to like one area. Do whatever you can do. You know what I mean?
You have to.
Absolutely. You got to be versatile. And, you know, there are one-trick ponies in the business, but believe it or not, they do other stuff too. You know what I mean?
Wow. Sure. I was also going to mention, Chris, like yesterday I was like listening to like Josh said, I think the perfect word is versatile. Like, obviously we have from Junkrat to voiceover, Cruella commercials. So right. I honestly, it's kind of shocking that that's coming from the same human. So how do you differentiate between like all of these like plethora of voices that you have going on in your brain?
I just like to stay employed.
That's fun, right?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
So another thing that people know too.
On it. I like it.
That's awesome, man. Because I think there's love and people. There's so much about you. Like, you're such an interesting person that people. I've been really honored to get to know you over the years. So you've spoken to me about how you started with voices, basically trying to experimenting and trying to understand from the actor's perspective, and it just kind of blossomed and grew from there. And now you've transitioned into directing, creating, and producing films. And you have and so was that kind of like the end goal all along? Basically, was to get to the director spot.
I think I kind of made up my mind really young that I was fascinated by show business, and I my grandmother lived out here in Los Angeles, and I thought, you know what? When I'm old enough, I'm going to move out there and try to stay with her and launch a career somehow, and just kind of treat it like, that hobby is kind of your life. To just treat the hobby as my life, basically. I think that was the goal. But yeah, I mean, certainly making films was something I thought about, along the way. So yeah.
And since Josh essentially started to bring it up, we wanted to talk about A Cloud So High. And you directed it, you wrote it, and now this film will be at the Fright Fest. So what can you tell us about the film?
Well, all that stuff that you just mentioned that I did this and I did that. All of that was, there's a poster. Well, a preliminary poster. But that, it all came from necessity, basically. There wasn't the money to do anything. We had kind of decided early on to just make this movie for a price. And, once we saw what that price was, it was like, oh man, I'm going to have to do a lot on this one. So I know IMDb says my name like 50,000 times, but the movie itself, the print of it has...
Chug.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, go ahead.
The movie itself has pseudonyms on it for some of the stuff.
Man, I'm stoked to see it.
Cool. Yeah,
I'm stoked to check it out, dude.
I'll let you check it out before the fest does.
Well, it's appropriate. I mean, masks are required now, so we're going to be. We'll all be cosplaying when we walk in. It'll be great. Right. You know what I mean? Right. I've seen. It's funny that to spear off this mask this character is wearing. I've seen a lot of people trying to wear this mask as a face mask, and I have legitimately seen people trying to wear this ski mask as a face mask, and they kind of like scrunch it up. They kind of pull the chin up so it covers their mouth, and I'm like, you know what? You're trying, right? I can't fault someone who's trying.
I was going to say, go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead. No, you're the guest. You're the guest. Go. Is when people wear the masks, but then have their nose exposed.
Just
right? Is that anybody's favorite? That's kind of my favorite.
Right.
When they wear it on the chin, like fashionably. You're like, what are you doing? You're wearing a fucking mask on your chin. Just take it off. Like, what are you doing? You're just pissing me off. You're not even wearing it correctly.
Right.
I was going to mention there was a gentleman that was trying to fly as a passenger on an aircraft that was wearing a G-string instead of a mask, which obviously covers nothing. Yeah, I don't understand, but people have been getting very creative during the pandemic. So, yeah, I mean, creativity came out of it.
I know that at the beginning I wore a painter's mask.
The respirator mask.
Yeah, with the 3M things.
The Roadhog mask.
Yeah, pretty much. I rolled around with that. I think at the beginning of this thing, everybody was just in abject terror. So I thought, I'm going more protection.
I like the people who were wearing like their hoodies with like a fucking like a pan holder, like glass pan holder.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's great.
Fish bowls on their heads. People wearing plastic bags on their heads. It was
just suffocating themselves. That doesn't sound too appropriate.
There was like a hole poked in the back, but it was a legit like plastic bag on this person's head.
But you've also seen, I take it that you guys have seen the people that walk in and realize, I don't have a mask, so they just do this.
I love the hand, or the shirt,
the breath over the shirt.
Right. I read somewhere that wearing a bandana over your face transmits like 105% more of the potential
because it's just this moist cavern just spewing out hot breath.
Yeah. And you're also wearing a bandana on your face. So
that's great.
Like in terms of fashion, no. Okay, well, just to pivot a little bit, Chris.
Yeah.
Josh was mentioning that you're a bit of a film buff. So we wanted to know, do you perchance have a favorite soundtrack of all time? And do you maybe have a favorite original song from a film?
Oh, that's a brilliant question. Yeah, I mean, oh gosh, really? You had to ask me that?
I'm sorry. Oh gosh.
Let's name maybe just a few that come to mind. Maybe what comes to mind? We're thinking soundtrack.
We're not holding it to you.
I'm going with like Lost Boys. I can go with, you know what I mean, is a real iconic kind of soundtracks slash score. Ghostbusters, another one, but I mean, come on, it's everywhere. So I think about Ghostbusters a lot.
Does Ghostbusters? I mean, I love the movie, but I like the soundtrack. But is that known for having a soundtrack?
In the 80s, it was a popular soundtrack. Yes, it was. If you look it up, it actually sold very well. And that's because it had that title song, you know what I mean? Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters was a big hit. It had magic. Some call it love. I call it magic. I believe in magic. It had that song.
He's going, please, please,
please, please. I believe it's magic, man. I believe it's magic. Oh, man. See, I mean, come on. Like,
the one thing, but you know what stands out to me about Ghostbusters was that I know you guys know this, but he was sued, wasn't he? Wasn't Ray Parker Jr. sued over that one?
There was some. He may have been over the music because there's a sample used at the very beginning. It's like whatever they used for that. Someone tried to be like, "That was my sound."
No, it went ding, 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 ding. That's how it's different. Okay.
Vanilla-istic explanation, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. It's not the same.
Ding, ding. It's totally different, guys. Come on, use your ears, people.
I think it's coming back to me now. He got that's what it is. He got sued because he was. That's what it was. The producers went to Huey Lewis and the News and said, "Hey, we want you to write something for Ghostbusters." And he's like, "Nah, I don't want to do that." And they were like, "All right, fine." So they moved on to Ray Parker Jr. And then evidently the sort of don't and that's in I Want a New Drug.
Oh,
right.
You know me and Huey Lewis. This is it. Please let me know if this ain't love. You gotta let me go.
So good. I mean, speaking of Huey Lewis, we obviously have to mention Back to the Future. I mean, that's one of the greatest. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, but in terms of favorite, I gotta go with a boring choice, but it's the choice. Probably Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, great.
That's not a very boring choice. I mean, some would consider it one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. Yeah, I mean, iconic. For me, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Empire Records because it's like right there in the the time, the 90s, so good. Yeah. And maybe I throw in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Honorable mention to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Because of Ninja Rap.
Ninja Rap is good, but I like what's the other one? I'm not gonna remember now, but anyway, yes, good choices. Once again, Vanilla Ice doing his thing.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of, go on, Chris. What were you gonna say?
What was the one you said before the Ninja Turtles that you liked?
I'm trying to remember the name of the song. It's not. Is it Ninja Rap?
Ninja Rappers, go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
No, it's not that one. It's the other one. Hold on, Ninja Turtles.
Is Empire Records the one that has "Never met a girl like you before"?
That's exactly what it is.
Is that one? That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That is a good one.
It is. Yeah.
That is a good one. Actually, it dawned on me just now, like there's a ton of songs that come from movies actually that are not that. Like you forgot the movie a long time ago, but there's a lot of them. Like what is it? End of the Road. Remember that one by Boyz II Men?
Boyz II Men. That's right. Go. I remember the Spanish version. El Camino, like something.
Well, Chris, you don't speak fluent Spanish, so what?
Yeah.
What is it in Spanish?
No sé. En este momento no sé. Pero es algo de estamos en el terminal del camino o algo.
El camino del terminal.
El camino se acabó. No queremos más.
Tú necesito tu amor porque I love you.
Eres para mí.
I don't remember the words. Like
I don't think I've ever heard that thing.
Bravo.
Wow.
I recommend anyone at home
Glorious.
look up the Spanish version of The End of the Road by Boyz II Men.
Right,
It is
right.
a beautiful song.
If you take anything away from this podcast today, it's to listen to it in Espanol. Yes.
I think I made a mixtape when I was in 8th grade for like some people who were graduating, and like at the end, I it was my first DJ experience. It was like, hey, I just want to say thanks for all the good times and hope everything's good for you. And then I like put the phone up and it was like, go to the. I'll never forget.
Do you remember what movie that's from?
I'm thinking of Tommy Boy, but then I was like, no, that's
Eres
Tú. That's what I'm thinking of. Eres Tú is in Tommy Boy.
Eres Tú, yeah.
Eres Tú,
Yeah. They were from Spain, actually. Yeah.
Wait, what movie is it from?
Eres Tú.
Oh, it's from Eres Tú?
Oh, what movie is End of the Road from? Oh,
yeah.
End of the Road is, I think, from Boomerang.
Oh, Boomerang.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, exactly.
Right? Oh my God.
Isn't that the one when the woman gives birth like a perfume bottle or something in that? I think.
What?
No? All right. Different movie.
Anyway, let's
Cool. Okay, so real quick, another question. Very important to know. Let's say we're going to see Boomerang, whatever version.
Yes.
What is for both of y'all? What is the go-to candy that you bring with you to the theater, or you purchase in the theater? This is so
and then
difficult.
here's a segue question: are you against smuggling candy in theaters?
No, I'm not.
No,
no.
Okay.
It's an emphatic no.
Good.
Movies are too expensive.
100%.
They're too expensive.
But worth it.
What's the go-to? Yeah. You a popcorn guy? You a Kit Kat? You something sour? What are you going for?
I'm a popcorn and soda guy.
Got it.
Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah, I kind of use the soda as my candy.
So how do we feel about? And I've seen people do it. Popcorn bucket, Reese's Pieces inside, or like Junior Mints or something. How do we feel about mixing popcorn with?
It's abusive.
With chocolate. Abusive.
I can tell by your face you don't like it at all. You're like,
no.
Why in his face? Like, what do you think about it? Is it good?
Sorry. Sorry. I mean, is it good?
It was when you said Junior Mints. Do you not like Junior Mints, Heather? Do you really?
I've never had a Junior Mint.
Oh, okay.
I only know about them from Seinfeld. I don't know.
Chewy Run. It's just me, but I'm against it.
Against the popcorn with the
yeah. Don't.
This isn't when you go to the crawfish place and they throw the bag of jambalaya on the table. Okay, this isn't. Imagine that. They're like, we're serving jambalaya in the movie theater, guys. It's medieval times theater.
Sounds messy but delicious. I am so down for that.
Now, I thought you were going to say something like sprinkling like Sour Patch Kids in that, because I've been to candy shops before and they have weird popcorn package with stuff, but Junior Mints, Reese's Pieces in the popcorn. What are you doing? Just eat it at the same time. Come on. You know what I mean? What are you doing with your fingers? It's disgusting. Like, do you have bad skin? Like, whoever's doing that is just full of pimples.
Yeah, I've known people to do this for a long time, to mix the candy with the popcorn and then just kind of, shovel it all in together. But you remember in the movie Whiplash? You remember seeing that?
That's it's someone who was just nominated for an Oscar today, right?
Miles Teller is in it.
Okay, Miles Teller. Yeah.
Yeah. The Damien Chazelle, I think, directed that one. He but I remember having a very strong reaction to when Paul Reiser is mixing the candy in with the popcorn. And I never really had strong opinions until I saw him do that. And I thought, no.
Never again.
No.
Paul Reiser. No. I'm Paul Reiser. Hey, how you doing? I'm Paul Reiser. It's not a very good
what
Paul
is that?
Reiser. It's not Paul Reiser, I'll tell you that.
No,
but
it's something new.
I mean, Josh, I feel like that's an okay segue. Do you want to?
It's an okay segue. I was trying. We're at the 20 minutes. I was like, let's start doing voices. Let's start doing voices. I'm Charlie Day. All right. Since we have an amazing voice actor here, we have a bunch of cold reads that we were hoping we could get you to possibly participate in. But before that, we heard from numerous sources that Richard Dreyfuss and John Taffer would be here. John Taffer, for people who don't know, is the host of Bar Rescue, and Richard Dreyfuss is a legendary actor. So yeah, I'm getting a note from production.
Are they here?
I think they just called in on the Zoom. Chris, can you stand by for a sec?
Oh,
John,
absolutely.
John, are you there? Let's go with you, John. Are you? Oh, hey, yeah, you know what I'm doing, okay? Let me tell you something. I came here to tell you one thing. Richard Dreyfuss, you're losing $30,000 a day at your bar, all right? I got to go inside. But I put in a Taffer virtual training system, okay? My show used to be on Spike TV, but we got canceled. You know why? Because all I do is play reruns of your freaking movies, Richard. All right? What do you got to say? Where were the bodies?
The reason that I'm losing so much money per day is because Bill Murray is coming in and drinking everything and walking out before paying the tab.
I've dealt with him before. I've seen, look, I've opened 15 bars, okay? That was this month, all right? Bill Murray's been to 12 of them, passed out at 7, all right? We built him a fucking sleeping bag outside of the bar. Richard, as he's drinking your liquor, I'm going to put in a new monitoring system, okay? You know what's going to happen? We're going to monitor and track the liquor that's being drank in the establishment. Then we're going to put a security chip in Bill Murray's arm. We'll say, you ever show up to Richard Dreyfuss's bar again? Yeah, you'll need to be rescued yourself.
I don't know how to respond to that, John, or whatever, but all I can say is that Bill Murray doesn't like me, and he'll do anything to bring me down, including coming into my bar and drinking everything in sight and walking out before the bill is settled.
You hear that, Bill? You mess with us, your body's going to be dragged from what, Richard? Tell him your body's going to be dragged.
Your body's going to be dragged from the water, lifeless.
You heard it here. All right, we're going to let the show continue. Just want to say thank you, guys, and don't judge me that I look like Hulk Hogan.
Don't judge him because...
Wow, what an amazing gift that was to have both Richard and John here at the same time.
You know, it took a lot of coordinating, but that's what we do on this show is we bring people together. So thank you, John, and you know, and Richard, we appreciate you stopping by. And wow, that was crazy.
Close Encounters of the Third Time is available on Amazon Prime, and you can watch Bar Rescue right now on the Paramount
Close
Network.
Encounters of the Third Time.
But before we go into the cold reads, and I understand it's so hard to pick a favorite, but favorite Richard Dreyfuss film?
Oh. You mean besides Jaws?
Yes.
I do love Close Encounters.
Close Encounters is great, right? Or Bob.
So great. Yeah.
Stand by
Speaking
Me.
of Bill Murray.
Stand by Me too. Is that a Richard Dreyfuss movie, or is it?
He's in it and he's great in it.
Yeah. Okay, that counts.
Yeah.
That counts. He's in The Graduate too. I guess
He was in what?
He's in The Graduate.
Oh, yeah. Great films. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, that was super fun. So, Josh, do you want to explain how these cold reads work? Because you've done them before.
Yeah, we're just going to throw out a cold read out there, and you read it however you want to read it. I'm looking at the first one we have for you, and I'm like, oh, this will be, it's a dick joke, Chris. So, no, the cold read, we're going to throw it up on screen. You at home, feel free to try this as well. And this is why voice actors are amazing people. Here we go.
Jude is suggesting as George W. Bush.
You've reached the age when giving up isn't who you are. This is the age of knowing how to make things happen. So why let erectile dysfunction get in the way? Talk to your doctor about Viagra.
Wow.
Brilliant. Mr. President, thank you.
I can hear Jude laughing in the other room. Oh my God.
That was amazing. It was better than we could have ever expected.
And I think I'm going to take him up on that. I think I'm going to talk to my doctor about Viagra now. Thank you, Dr.
Absolutely.
Bush.
To talk to your doctor sold it for me. That was the line that really sold it.
Okay.
Talk to your doctor about Viagra.
I like how your face also morphs like into the.
Well, that's what he does. He kind of purses his lips. Kind of does this kind of thing. This ain't George W. Bush. It's somebody else, but I'm doing that.
My grandmother, rest her soul, was alive when he was president and would watch TV and would always look at me like, I don't like him. His eyes are too close together. Like, I'll never forget Mimi Louise saying that.
His eyes are too close together.
I don't like him.
A vaguely Robert Vaughn kind of thing going on.
Oh man.
His eyes are
Okay.
too close together.
His eyes are too close together. Fridays at 5 on CBS.
As they should be, only not.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Okay, come on
Josh,
next. Here we go.
you're up next. I don't know who you want to read this one as.
I have an idea. I've been working on a new one.
Okay. This is a Mick Foley promo.
This is a Mick Foley promo
Yes.
done by Grover. Let me see.
Oh no. Okay.
Do you think girls wanted to kiss a boy who had worms on his breath? I'm a good kisser, but I never got the chance to show it. What am I gonna do? Practice on myself, Jimmy? Ah, there's a monster at the end of this book.
Wow. That was, of
We-
course,
we
Grover
dipped into
Cleveland,
Yoda.
another prince.
We dipped into Yoda and we came back out.
Yeah, Yoda.
I ended with this guy. Lebowski, Walter. All right.
Walter, do you think girls wanted to kiss a boy who had worms on his? I was a good. This whole thing could be just a more, a lot more.
Hey, that's my
What are you playing?
Wow.
Fucking football? What are we playing?
He had worms on his breath, man. But I never got the chance to show it, Walter. Walter.
Yeah, Walter, it's me, Ray Romano. I have worms on my breath too.
Oh my God. This is amazing. White Russians for everybody. Oh my God. Okay. All right, Chris, this is your next one. This is the Boats and Hose. Boats and Hose from Step Brothers. I guess dealer's choice, whoever you want to read it as.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Oh, I'll do you in the bottom while drinking sangria. Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down, because my dick can float.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
my Terrence stamp. There you go.
Oh my God.
Was it Terrence Stampian enough?
Oh, dude, it was so. I don't. Whoever that was an impeccable gentleman, and I would buy.
It was my Terrence stamp.
Your Terrence stamp. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. It was incredible. It
Oh
was.
my
I will try.
Santa Maria.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
Oh, that's good.
I'll do you in the bottom while you're drinking sangria. Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down because my dick can float.
That's is that Rickman?
Some
is.
Rickman right there. That was
Wow.
some Rickman right
A
there.
little tiny bit of Clive Owen. Just a little bit.
Because I'm dark. Because I have a darker soul than Alan did, and you hear it. It projects out. You hear my pain.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so the next one, it just says Nickelback. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's Nickelback lyrics. So I guess Josh, whoever you choose.
I'm trying to think right now of what do I got left in the tank.
Michael Caine.
and
We have Michael Caine.
this is- you say, if I hold on, let me wet my whistle. I need a stiff upper lip to do it. I never made it. I never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tyler living like a blind man. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me of what I used to be.
I would listen to Nickelback if that's what it sounded like. Wow. I mean,
And for the record, I've never seen any of these either. These are all super cold for me too. Like, it's not like I did you the favor of being super cold on them too, Chris.
All right, we have one last one. So dealer's choice, however y'all want to read it. This is a mesothelioma commercial. Chris, however you want
it. Mesothelioma. Okay. It's not funny. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what would this be? Any ideas?
What about like you're doing like a movie voiceover, like the movie guy voice?
Or what about this?
Okay.
If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Mesothelioma is a rare cancer linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos in the Navy, shipyards, hills, heating, construction, or the automotive industries may put you at risk.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Once again, I can hear Jude in
Asbestos
the other room.
exposure.
Man, round of applause. Thank you so much. That was incredible. Really, thank you. Cold reads here with two. You're one of the best that ever done it, brother. So I got to tip my hat to you, my friend.
Oh my God.
Tip my hat.
No, not at all.
Oh man, you know what? It kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. Before we do, would you rather? If we have time to do that, what was like the first cartoon you remember like imprinting on that you heard a voice from? What was it for you? You know,
The first cartoon.
because here's the answer to like for when I think of like maybe not first, but like what are the first things that imprint on me? I can say like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget and Peter Venkman from Real Ghostbusters are two voices that I was immediately like, because Lorenzo Music just kind of talked like this, you know? He was very cool. Not Dave Coulier cool, but yeah. Cut it out. All right. I went to the doctor. I told him, cut it off. Woo.
Probably like Kermit the Frog. I mean, I guess it's not
that's a good one.
technically. Yeah, I guess it's not technically animated, but Kermit the Frog was probably one of them.
We love
Kermit
some
the
Kermit.
Frog here.
You know, it's just
Oh, I wanted. Okay, bring up mesothelioma again. I need to hear Kermit the Frog read the mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma could be something that you have to abide by. I don't know what the script is, but yeah.
I was weird. I was kind of gonna laugh like Pee Wee Herman.
That's my name,
I didn't
Francis.
do that.
No way
Yeah.
out. Ew.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that's so good. See, like not that I'm a voice actor or anything of the sort, but the first like cartoon that I remember hearing being like, oh, that's cool. Either Thundercats or like Ninja Turtles, because obviously like they all had such distinct personalities and voices. But yeah, Thundercats, and especially like the blooper reels from Thundercats, like hearing them do the voices but cursing up a storm, always fun.
That's awesome.
Everyone cusses like sailors in the booth. It's a natural thing in the VA. It's part of like, oh, did you mess up? Say the F word repeatedly, and you'll be fine.
Fabulous. So Josh, I definitely want to do Would You Rather, but I think first, before we go into that, since we only have a few minutes, what do you guys want to see in Overwatch 2?
Oh yeah, let's get to this question. What I want to see, you know, I've been so blessed for the Overwatch community being so supportive of us, and I know that they're super hype around this second game, and I just hope that we get to explore more of this Junkrat Roadhog thing. You know what I mean? I know there was a cinematic that came out a couple years back, the Junkertown cinematic, and Chris, you did a phenomenal job with that. It was like this crazy, but I'll remember and I'll never forget seeing it and be like, this is great. Where the am I? No, right? And I'm like, oh, there I am at the end. And it's like some line I recorded 2 years earlier. I'm like, they did. I was just happy to be in it. But I want to say it was the best kind of envy because it was so awesome. So I'm hoping to see more of these two in the future. Do you reiterate this as well?
I mean, yeah. I mean, what kind of question? I mean, I don't want to be vain enough to say like, oh, our two characters are the heart and soul of the game, but they're pretty loved. You gotta admit, they're
absolutely
pretty loved.
Yeah.
I think the future is bright for this dynamic duo, so to speak. And we've done a bunch of conventions together, and we've seen a bunch of crazy kids dressed up as, and I mean crazy kids in like the best old man way possible. Those crazy kids. I mean, like you're lit, okay, dipped in sauce, no cap, shit's on fire. All right, so there. Let me reverse it to the young terminology. But I remember we even got so far as to, I lured Chris in. This is a story not a lot of people know. I lured him in at one convention to doing a professional wrestling appearance with us. If it wasn't, and we had the amazing Zane Riley and Aaron Agony play our respective Roadhog and Junkrat characters. And I'll never forget the look on your face. I was like, "Hey, you want to go do some pro wrestling tonight?" And you're like, I mean,
no, it was the instant no Chris phase.
Oh.
You had that face like, no. I really don't want to, but you're selling this to me, Josh, and I like you, so I'm willing to entertain me with it. You know what I mean? You're like, sell me on it some more. It's like, you just got to come. And what we ended up doing is we did some commentary during the match, and I think at the end we did a spot. A spot is what you call in wrestling when something happens, and we did a spot when we jumped up on the ring apron and distracted the other team, and Roadhog and Junkrat won. But we may have lost too, because the promoters at FSCW are brutal and they don't care. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Josh! Oh my god!
Yeah, for me, everything just went blank once I had to step into the ring. I don't remember anything from stepping in to how that finished.
I barely remember anything either. I remember we were in the ring, and that was something I thought was really cool, because up until FSCW, I'd never actually stepped in like a professional ring, so you always wonder what it feels like on your feet and what the ropes kind of feel like. And I'll tell you, it's a lot harder than you think. There is some cushion there, but it ain't much. But yeah.
And Josh, you have the injuries to prove it as well. So.
I do. I've hurt myself multiple times, much to my wife's chagrin, doing insane wrestling stunts. So, Chris, I spared you the broken bones. Did you ever grow up watching any wrestling? Did you ever watch any wrestling at all?
Not really. The closest I ever got was watching Rocky 3 when
Thunder Lips, yes.
Gross, yeah, exactly. Other than that, not really. No. Okay.
But you knew who Hogan was, obviously. You knew that he was a wrestler. Yeah, who wouldn't know in the 80s?
Lou Albano and
Lou Albano too.
Love Lou, yeah.
He was that WrestleMania first thing he did with Cyndi Lauper being in that video it's all tied together. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, look at, like, people harp on professional wrestling all the time, but man, it churns out superstars. I mean, Dwayne is a great example. John Cena, another one right now, is blown up with Peacemaker.
Batista. Sorry, Dave Batista.
You had them on your show. I saw it in the opening there.
Yes.
Dave Batista, another incredible wrestler, an incredible actor. So I think that I think it's super cool when we get to combine the universes like that, my friend.
Do you remember Terry Funk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we love Terry.
Yeah, he was in Roadhouse. Remember that?
Roadhouse was a great movie. God, I think that was one of the first movies I saw as a child, and I was like, boobs.
Were they trying to like remake it, or didn't they remake it, or something?
I'm sure they did. It went right into
a straight to video sequel.
Sounds yeah.
Which always, that's good. They believe in it so much they're going to do a straight to video sequel. Yeah,
you shouldn't.
Sam Elliott's in Roadhouse too. He's his best friend who takes the fall, right, and gets shot. You haven't seen Roadhouse, Heather?
I've seen Roadhouse.
God. Okay, good. I thought you were like covering for spoilers.
No, I was joking, Josh. Okay, I was pretending. Okay,
it was Heather researching for her to hear about Sam Elliott's, demise.
I'm sorry. It was a very sad movie, I remember the urban myth is that because the finishing move is this is like when your buddy's like, watch this movie, my buddy's like, watch this movie, he rips out this guy's vocal cords at the end. It's like, because he does this like,
it's hardcore.
And like rips his throat out and he dies on the edge of the river. It was super hardcore. So shout out Swayze. We were talking about the movie Ghost the other day too. Shout out Swayze for being in Ghost and being in Roadhouse. All right, rest in peace, my friend. Amazing. And on that note, let's segue to Would You Rather.
Do we have time? Do we have about a couple more minutes, Chris?
We have 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
we got 5 more.
Josh, I think you need to go first. Anyway,
Okay.
Chris, this is a game of would you rather. There's no wrong answers. Josh, take it away.
Okay, would you rather live in the world of the last video game you played or live in the world of the last movie you saw?
I'm trying to remember what the last movie that I saw was. The problem is that one of the last video games I played, like seriously, was Enduro Racer on the Sega Master System, which is going way back. We're going back to like 1987 on that one. I'm gonna live in the last movie that I saw.
Which was?
I don't remember. But
Okay.
I'm gonna live there.
Perfect.
No, you know what it was? No, I just remembered. I'm sorry. It was one of those Bruce Willis movies.
Surrogates?
That he's no. I worked on Surrogates.
Did you work on
Yes, I did. Oh man, you just had to bring up Surrogates.
Way to go.
The Bruce Willis movies. Would you bring up that one? No, true story. Okay, everybody.
Color of the Night?
No, not Color of the Night. I have stories about that one too. Okay.
Jumper.
I do. For Surrogates, the story goes that he either did not want to do his looping or was not available to do his looping. And so they brought in yours truly to do some of it, to do Bruce. So I do him a little bit in Surrogates. You know, it's just kind of when he's talking like this, very soft. and then I also did him later on for the Death Wish trailer. I had to do some lines. Yeah. This kind of thing of like,
a lot of men.
I failed to protect my wife. Whatever it was, I was gonna do that. But it was this whole kind of thing of like, you know, I failed to protect her or whatever. We can pull it up on YouTube and check it out. But yeah, supposedly he either doesn't feel comfortable looping stuff or doesn't want. I don't know what the story is.
He's a jumper, not a looper.
Right? Oh
wow,
yeah.
Good one. God, that was a good one, Heather. Good one. Mm-hmm. Good one.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
But I lost my train of thought with this Bruce Willis thing. I forgot where we were going. You brought up Surrogates, and now I just.
The last movie that you saw, you said was a Bruce Willis film.
Right. Okay. I saw a movie called Cosmic Sin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Which is one of the movies that was labeled by the Razzies. He's being nominated for a Razzie
for being one of the worst movies of the year.
There's 8 movies in this category, and the category is I think it's like worst performance by Bruce Willis in a Bruce Willis movie. Yeah. I guess Cosmic Sin is one of them. So I would live in the Cosmic Sin movie.
He ran the category. That's impressive. Good
Absolutely.
for him.
I love it.
Well, he's been doing a lot of those kind of movies.
He's working.
He's working.
He's doing his
He's
thing.
getting paid a lot of dough.
As he should. I have to say, though, quick shout out to our boy Jared Leto, also nominated for a Razzie. You deserve it, buddy. You deserve it. Congratulations.
For Mobius? Is it that?
You weren't feeling House of Gucci?
I loved it. I'm not going to lie. I loved him in House of Gucci, but it was
I had a good
super over
time.
the top. Yeah.
I had a good time. I was kind of shocked by the running time because I heard that it's 2 hours and 40 minutes or something, and I thought, man, it flew by.
Is this like Travolta's? This turning into Travolta's Gotti? You know what I mean? When you know what I mean? Like Travolta playing Gotti.
I liked him. I liked him. All right. Only because we got to get you out of here soon. Let's go to the next one. Would you rather dress like Zorg every day or dress like Ruby Rod every day?
Ruby Rod.
Yeah, Ruby's fun.
Good choice.
I like the animal print. Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Zorb has that weird plastic like shit on his head. I don't know if I'd be cool. You know what I mean? He looks very hot.
Sweaty. Yeah.
Sweaty. Yes.
Yeah.
You put Vaseline in there and
right.
Yeah.
Take a time for the crystals.
All right, Josh.
Let's go. Would you rather become the karma chameleon from Boy George or become the comic comedian from Mars?
I would rather be the karma chameleon. Because loving would be easy if your colors were like my dreams. Red, gold, and green.
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the best.
My
Okay, we're
dreams
moving
were red,
on.
gold, and green. So that's why.
We're moving on.
There
Fuck
you
you,
go.
man from Mars. Let's go.
Okay. Here's the next one. Ack. Okay. Would you rather skydive? Come on. Next one. Perhaps. Maybe. I'll just read it. Would you rather skydive with a chainsaw or skydive with a flamethrower?
These are newer would you rather's brought to you by yours truly. I have
Yeah.
these are the tough questions.
And all while I'm looking at the common community. and the,
It's just, yes.
common community. Probably the flamethrower.
Love it.
Okay.
So that way, if I caught on fire, I'd look like a meteor just
Mhm.
falling to earth.
That's a really good. Okay, that's a great visual to go with it. I think it would be utterly pointless to skydive with a chainsaw, but that's kind of the majesty of it, right?
You know, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to cut your legs off. The first thing that's going to
Who
happen.
needs those? Yeah.
And then your
Or the
parachute.
parachute. I think
There it
so.
is. There's our graphic.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
You're going to cut the cords on your parachute. The ones.
What
you
a
need.
great picture, dude. Oh man,
Yeah, that's great.
awesome,
That's
Wow.
awesome. Top
Okay.
tier graphics here.
Next one.
Would you rather compete in a dance till you drop challenge, or have to play bingo for 2 straight days at a nursing home?
Oh, okay. This is easy. Play bingo.
Fun. So fun.
Yeah, there's a movie about dance marathons called "They Shoot Horses, Don't They?" Which is exactly what you would call a movie about a dance marathon.
Yeah, as you do.
But in that movie, yeah, okay. That movie will make you not want to ever take part in any kind of dance marathon. So yeah, I'd rather play bingo. You have a chair. You could sit in the chair for 2 straight days.
So wasn't there like a phenomenon back in like the Renaissance era, or if not before, where people were catching this disease that just made you dance? I'm pretty sure that was a thing. It was like a pandemic where people just danced.
Really? Maybe they were
Yes,
just
I
having
think so.
mass seizures and they didn't know what to call it at the
I don't know.
time. And they're like, he starts
That's the
shaking
first
his
time I've
arm
ever
like
heard
this. I'm dancing. So,
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I also probably made it up. I don't know.
That's a good premise. You should run with that.
I'm a liar. Okay, here's the next one. And Josh wrote this. Oh, okay.
God.
Okay. Live with Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters, or live in a houseboat with Jaws.
The UFOs are going to win.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
He's younger there. He seems like he might be less rage induced too. Just by
Doubtful.
a few. But he's,
Doubtful.
He's not as angry as he became later when I met Bob.
He was pulled from the water.
But think about all the mashed potatoes, and that is delicious.
Yeah, but then you gotta, come to grips with the fact that this guy's gonna just randomly, take over your room so he can build a model of Devil's Tower in it.
I've seen worse.
And
Yeah.
then you realize, I gotta sleep outside. There's no more room.
I know.
Did you
I
put
love-
garlic in the mash at least?
Yeah.
Fend off the vampires from Devil's Mountain.
I don't know. I love mashed potatoes that much. All right, we got 2 more. Josh,
Two more.
this one's in you.
All right, Junkrat.
Of course.
Would you rather have a rip tire to take care of LA traffic, or would you have a hydrogen canister to revive you anytime you're running low on energy?
Hydrogen. Oh, I love that.
It's unofficial. It's not canon, by the way. That is the hog hydrogen.
God, that's a great question. When in doubt, reach for drugs. So I'm gonna go with the
Love it.
hydrogen canister.
That's right.
You
Healing
heard that,
properties.
kids?
You hear that?
No, kids, don't do that. No.
It's just oxygen anyway. It's all. Roadhog has a CPAP next to his bed. That is canon.
Is that really
Uh,
what it's called? Is that called that in the game? I don't remember.
No. I think they just call it his. Dude, that's a great next session that we have. I demand we answer, and we get an answer. We say, what is the gas inside of the canister that he's inhaling?
Yeah.
We need
It
to
will
know.
determine my
We don't know.
involvement on this project. Thank you. And finally,
Okay.
Mr. Amazing Chris, Would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reverse merman?
Reverse centaur. Reverse merman. Wow. These questions.
You still have your deck on both of them, so it's like that.
That was going to be my next question. You know, I love the fishies, but I'm going to have to go with the reverse centaur.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love
Good
it.
choice. Good.
Question.
That's
We
an
got
old school one.
real
I think
weird.
that's
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, you passed. You got them
Thank
all
you.
right,
Oh
Chris.
my God.
This has been
Wonderful.
such a blessing. Before we do let you go, any final thoughts you want to leave us with here?
No, I think between the reverse centaur and the reverse merman,
We've
I
covered
wasn't-
it.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to be faced with that decision today, so I'm going to have to think about that after we hop off.
Hey,
This
man,
is-
I just want to say thanks for jumping on the program. Thank you so much. You know,
Oh my God, it's just
I'm
timing.
such a big fan, and I love you, brother. So we really appreciate you coming by and spending some time
Of
with us
course,
today.
of course. Let's do it
Yay.
again soon.
Let's
Chris's
do it.
new movie that is coming out. Check it in the oncoming years. This preliminary poster will showcase it. It is called A Cloud So High. I can't wait for it to hit the world and we can all share this vision with you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I've heard you talk so much about it. I really can't wait to experience this. And Heather, we are not finished because this next couple of weeks we got some amazing guests coming up on the show. You want to run us through before we get out of here?
Let's do it. Okay. So next Tuesday we have Ty Zamora, who is the bassist from Alien Ant Farm. On Thursday we have Rikva. They are from School of Rock. Following Tuesday we have Kyle Davis, who was on Always Sunny, and so much more. And I know we have a lot of incredible guests like Dee Wallace coming up next month. And also we're welcoming back David Cook. And Chris, we have to have you back again because we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah.
So I guess until we all meet again, once again, Josh Petersdorf, Christopher Lee Parsons, everything's flipped. I apologize. Me, Kid Cadet, and we will see you guys next week. Be safe, everybody. Au revoir. Bye.
Bye.